So 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, hello. Oh God, that was awkward. Hello, Michael Giorgio. Welcome to the InstaVIP Podcast. Michael Giorgio is, and that's awkward, is co-founder and CMO of Imaginovation. So Michael, welcome. Could you please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about who you are, what you do, and some of your accomplishments over the recent years?
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, thanks for having me on the show and learning more about me and my story. I really appreciate the opportunity. So thank you very much. So yeah, I'm the co-founder and chief marketing officer at Imaginovation. Imaginovation is a turnkey technology company located here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we basically build, or my team builds, custom mobile and web applications for startups to enterprise level companies, and in pretty much any industry. So we get the idea from the customer, and we collaborate and we guide them to create a creative and technical solution application for their business that will help their productivity, help their customers, help them internally. So just many different reasons we provide value on a digital perspective. And we also do a little bit of IoT, Internet of Things, as well as some artificial intelligence and blockchain development as well. So yeah, that's a little more about my company. Me and my brother-in-law started Imaginovation about 8 years ago. So we pretty much started as a family business, and we had some developers work for us for free for a few months. That's actually how we started, because I did my master's degree in Australia. I went to Bond University in 2011, and I graduated there. And I graduated around 23, 24 years old. And, I went to Australia for a year and a half. I finished my degree. I came back to the States where I was living, and I was unemployed for about 7 months. So my brother-in-law was working at SAS at that time, and he was actually in tech support. So he called me one evening, and he was actually engaged to my sister at that time. And he called me and just asked me if he wanted to, if we want to create a technology company. So I was like, okay, what the hell? I have nothing to lose. I was unemployed already for 7 months with a master's degree and in debt. So you can imagine that, I said, I have nothing really to lose here. So the third week we started, we closed a fairly large deal with a client in Charlotte, North Carolina, developing a music application that was similar to Spotify, actually. So that was really our first project. And the developers that were willing to work for us for free until we could close some business, they were definitely dedicated to our team. And then as we grew, we paid them, and then we just reinvested everything back into the business. And then we expanded into the mobile arena. So we were doing websites, web applications, mobile applications, and then we actually got into digital marketing as well. So we were doing digital marketing and app development simultaneously. So we were a full turnkey digital marketing and technology company. And then about 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, we decided to scale back our company and just focus on our core strength, which is building custom applications for companies. So that's what we do. And I've been blessed to have a lot of success throughout the years. Although there's been a lot of struggle. Owning any business, being an entrepreneur, is incredibly difficult. There's a lot of ups and downs. It's definitely a roller coaster, and it requires tons of perseverance. It requires lots of sacrifice and grit and hard work, and just dedication and belief to what you're doing, and having a macro mindset, not thinking short term, but thinking long term. That's really the key to building any business that you want to build and that you love, is thinking long term. Because if you think long term, then you're going to overcome a lot of obstacles that come your way, right? So it's kind of part of the journey. It's part of the story. But in regards to some of the recognition I've received, I was closing $100,000 deals in my 20s. And I believe I closed my first six-figure deal when I was about 27 years old. And we grew to $1 million company before I was 30 years old. So we grew into a seven-figure business before I was 30. And we've been a seven-figure business since then. Yep. So
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, it's just been up and down, but we're still here. We're growing, and we have over 30 full-time employees at our company. We've won multiple awards. We've won AVA Digital Awards. We've won we were a Shorty Award finalist. I think it was 3 years ago, or was it 2? I don't even remember, but I believe it was 3 years ago. We actually were ranked top 6 in North Carolina for the best technology companies. And in our group, it was Pendo. So Pendo, I think they just received like $200 million in funding.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were up against them, and they won the award. But we were top 6 in the state of North Carolina for the best small business technology company. So that was definitely an amazing recognition. I've been featured myself. A lot of my blogs and my writing has been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine. I've been featured on Founder, Business.com, Search Engine Journal, Search Engine People. I've been featured on VentureBeat as well. So yeah, been
very good.
all around the internet, and it's definitely been a journey thus far. And I love what I do. So
that's great.
So
you're a lucky man.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's important to love what you do.
Absolutely.
So what I'm really looking forward to, Michael, is your perspective, given the fact that you're not an SEO, even though technically I guess you could put that on your resume, but your primary function is not as an SEO agency. So you have a deep understanding of the value of organic traffic. Yep. And so I really am looking forward to your perspective on what you see as being the future of SEO, particularly in 2020.
Absolutely. So I'll first kind of give you a background of the some of the strategies and tactics that have worked for our company to get ranked for competitive keywords on Google. Which is search engine optimization, right? So for our company, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we are 100% organically bootstrapped. So we grew into seven-figure business from nothing, absolutely nothing. We started from a Craigslist ad. So you can imagine that, I had to learn the hard way. I didn't have anyone really teaching me. So it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of research and development. It was just, it's just marketing is trial and error. It really is. No one really knows the keys to what works and what doesn't work, because every business, every industry is different, right? So it's just about trial and error and finding something that works for you. So what we've done in an SEO perspective is we basically researched what keywords realistically we can rank for. So we ranked for I'll give you some examples, is Raleigh web design, because we're in North Carolina, right? So we focus locally first. Raleigh web design, Raleigh web app development company, North Carolina, mobile development, Raleigh, IoT development company, Raleigh. So we use short-term keywords and long-tail keywords. And what we did with that is we basically got those keywords and we added them to our website. So that's called on-site optimization. So the way we optimized our website over the years, I believe we've redone our website about 6 or 7 times in the last 8 years to stay in the market. It's just that incredibly competitive. In the app development market, there's a lot of saturation. There's a lot of companies that develop applications and develop websites, mobile apps, all of that. So we had to differentiate ourselves. We had to get a lot of reach and get in front of the eyes of a lot of people, especially locally here in North Carolina, which is a booming market for technology. So we did heavy on-site optimization. We wrote a lot of content on our website, which is called blogging, as you know. And we basically wrote blogs in relation to our services and different trends in the market and what we saw would provide value to other people. So we didn't just talk about, what we did. We rarely talked about what we did or what we offered. It was more about how others can learn from the content that we write. So that's really what it's about. Google wants to see that you're providing value to your audience. So it's called the give back approach. That's kind of what I call it. So over the years, we optimized our website, wrote thousands of blogs, and
how many blogs?
We've written probably over 2,000 blogs.
Wow.
Yep. So we have a domain authority of over 40 now, I believe it is, or I think it is a 40 domain authority. So it's not bad. In our industry, it's actually very good. It just to kind of give you perspective, top sites like New York Times, they're like probably a 95 or 96 or something like that. So basically we wrote a lot of content. Content's very important. We created tons of videos. We acquired 2 video companies throughout the years. And so we were doing video animation as well and on-site video production. And we were creating YouTube videos. We were creating videos for Facebook and LinkedIn and just all these social platforms. And then we would add those videos to our website as well. So that's kind of more of the content side. We did a lot of blogging, a lot of video creation. The on-site optimization side, as I mentioned before, with research, we added a lot of those keywords onto our website copy. And we did a lot of interlinking. So we would link our copy on the website, the content on our website with certain keywords, but we did it strategically and we did it intentionally. So you got to make sure that when you are writing content on your website, you're not spamming the content with keywords. You do not want to do that. So that's black hat SEO. So what we did is we did it strategically where it made sense. You know what I mean? So we would add maybe a few of those keywords per page, nothing too crazy, just so Google's algorithm can recognize that we're trying to rank for those words, but we're trying to provide value through our content as well. So we continuously updated our website and optimized it, wrote a lot of blogs and added some keywords on the site as well. And there was a lot of technical SEO involved that I probably won't get into too much because it's kind of a long conversation, but did a lot of technical on-site SEO, making sure that our website is easily spidered by Google. So you want to make it easy for their algorithm to see your website and to view the content and to see what you're about, who you are, and who you're targeting. And what keywords you're trying to get ranked for. So we did well in that aspect of it. Now there's another side to SEO. It's called off-page optimization. So off-page optimization is anything that's off of your website. So a good example is writing content for other publications. So this was I think the main factor of how we got ranked as one of the top development companies in North Carolina and even in the country for some keywords. If you type in mobile development Raleigh, or you'll type in Raleigh web design or web application Raleigh or web application North Carolina, all of those keywords, they're pretty competitive and we're ranked like top 3 for most of them. So we've been getting most of our traffic. Right now, we're getting almost 5,000 unique visitors on our website per month. For an agency, that's actually pretty good. We're not like a blogging company or we're not a publication. So we're not going to receive hundreds of thousands of visitors, but we've been getting pretty decent, consistent traffic over the years, and it's been increasing. And that's the reason for that is because we've been writing for a lot of publications such as Entrepreneur. We've been to editors. Over the years. We built relationships with editors. We wrote for VentureBeat. We wrote for Business.com, for Founder, for Goalcast. So all these publications have a very high domain authority. A lot of them are well recognized on the internet, on Google. They have a large reach, a large audience, a large community following. So we would write for them, and they would add a link on the content about us. So that's
awesome.
That's a great backlink for us. So we built thousands of backlinks that helped our Google rankings.
Amazing. So Michael, time check. We've got 7 minutes left.
Okay, perfect.
So let's That is spectacular information. Thank you for that analysis.
My pleasure.
Next step is we'd like an insight on what are the three top, or it could even be one, but what are the three top SEO tools you use today?
The top SEO tools we use are Moz. We use Moz. We use SEMrush, and we use the Google, just the Google platforms, Google Analytics, and Google Console, and Google My Business, GMB. So we stick to the Google tools along with SEMrush and Moz. It's really what we use on a day-to-day basis.
That is consistent with a lot of people. We use SEO Power Suite.
Okay.
And the reason I like it, going back to your earlier explanation of how you've optimized or re-optimized articles to include long tail keywords that you're now ranking for, the genius of SEO Power Suite is it allows you to compare your content or your article to your competitors. Mm-hmm. and it tells you exactly what keywords to add and what to remove, so that you're not stuffing. So super valuable resource, and I like that. If for nothing else, I like it for the coaching ability, content. So, so Michael, I've got a tremendous amount of words here from you for this article. I think the super valuable, and I'm talking off the record right now. I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay. I can give you some tips as well for future of SEO. I know a few things I can definitely tell your audience if you'd like.
Okay. I've got about 4 minutes.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So in regards to, I know you kind of were interested in hearing more about the future of SEO and where it's going, and some strategies that we believe are gonna work in regards to ranking websites and just being visible on Google and on the internet. So right now, a big trend is voice, right? It's a lot of things about voice. So as you know, like Alexa, right? So Google Home, all of that. So right now, it's going to be vital for agencies and even just companies to start optimizing their websites and their marketing strategies to voice marketing. So for an example, like a podcast, right? So if you have a podcast, that's audio, right? So podcasts are hugely in trend now, and they're growing daily. People are starting podcasts every single day, and they're hugely in trend because Google is, first of all, it's voice, it's audio, and it makes it easy for customers to be able to tune in from an Alexa app or from their car, from their phone. So it's about the user experience, right? So voice increases user experience. So It's very important to start thinking about strategies that are going to differentiate yourself from your competitors and just from others in general, and start thinking about voice marketing, voice optimization. What can you do on a voice perspective to rank on Google? Maybe you want to be a partner of Amazon, be an Amazon, an Alexa partner is a good example. So that's what we're working on. Our company, we're trying to be an Alexa partner. So people on Alexa could say, "Hey, I'm looking for, I'm looking for Raleigh web development company. I'm looking for a web development company in North Carolina. Please give me the top 5." Alexa will give you the top 5 because you're a partner of theirs and you're ranked on Google. So that's kind of one example there. Another example of kind of the future SEO is getting heavily into storytelling. Storytelling is very important. People, from what we've understood and the people I've interviewed, some of the top SEO experts in the world, like Neil Patel, storytelling is really important because Google and just your audience on the internet in general want to hear your story, and they want to be able to resonate with you. So it's important that you're not just selling your services, but you're branding yourself as an authority figure. That's why personal branding is really booming, right? We all know about personal branding, right? And thought leadership and becoming a thought leader in the world. So storytelling is important because you want to be able to show yourself as a leader for your company. So you can write articles that relate yourself and your story, your background, your journey to other people, providing value. So that's also a huge strategy and tactic that I believe is going to be drastically increasing. So I would say voice and storytelling, and obviously video. Video is continuously increasing, and augmented reality. So you got to start thinking